Hello and welcome back. Welcome to day two of the Calling in Your Partner mini series. So grateful to be here with you again today. We are going to dive into fears and shadows, but don't worry, don't be scared. This is such a beautiful part of the work of the spiritual path, and you are held and safe through it all. Let's dive in. I would love to invite all of you in to feeling if there's any fears that you have around being not in a relationship, any fears or shadows that you have around perhaps being alone, perhaps being unlovable. So I want you to just take a moment and you can start writing in your journal and just reflecting on what are you scared of when it comes to being alone or not having a partner. And as you're reflecting and you're writing, we'll just talk a little bit about shadows. And shadows are the things that we came here as humans to get to know. There's nothing wrong with us for having these aspects of ourselves, these unowned aspects of self. And shadow work is really one of the most important pieces of work that we can do when it comes to manifesting. And if you really let yourself just acknowledge, you let yourself acknowledge what you're afraid of. It's that simple. For example, I will die alone. If that is a fear that you have, you begin by just saying, okay, wow, I'm scared that I will die alone. Or another one that a lot of my clients come to me with is, I am scared that something is wrong with me and I am unlovable. So it's important that we get to know this part of ourselves fully. We just acknowledge, and it's that simple in the beginning. Perhaps sometimes there are tears, perhaps sometimes there resistance. Yeah, that fear of rejection. Oof, that feeling of being rejected and what that might mean and what we might take on as that being personal to us, having to do with our value even. Yeah. That's another one that I get a lot with my clients is I'm just not valuable, not lovable, enough, not being enough. So let's all just feel that. I just want to invite you to feel whatever it is that part that you're so scared of. And I want you to just start tapping here on your collarbone. This kind of relieves and releases. And I want you to just say that shadow out loud to yourself a few times. Just acknowledging it here. We're shining a light on it. So it could be like, I'm not enough. I'm broken because I'm disabled. I'm broken. Something's wrong with me. So just tapping lovingly or just shining a light on this part of ourselves that perhaps we haven't been fully owning. We haven't been fully willing to look at and embrace. And just breathing deeply as you kind of say that phrase out loud. We're just inviting it forward, specifically here into our heart. Our heart has the capacity to hold this and then to let it go when it's ready. And this is the first step. And then just giving your heart a little rub. It's a hard thing to do, to acknowledge the shadows. We all have them. We all have those feelings of not being enough, of being unlovable for some reason. So, what we do is we acknowledge and then we bring that love to ourselves as much as we can. And I just want to invite you into a small prayer here for whatever that shadow part of yourself that you're bringing forward to integrate. It's a very important part of manifesting things in our lives. So I want you to feel that with your hands in your heart. And go ahead and close your eyes if you feel comfortable. And just repeating after me out loud, saying, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Let's do that one more time. This prayer of just full compassion, acceptance, and forgiveness and clearing. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Beautiful. So I want to invite you in your practice. This is the foundation for calling in your partner, is acknowledging all that you're scared of in not having one. Because sometimes we kind of emit that energy like a beacon. And this is not that we're bad or wrong. This is what it just means to be human, right? So acknowledge those parts of yourself. Bring all of those parts of yourself home. And then it's your job to love yourself first through it. Give yourself love, take care of yourself, embrace that part of yourself that is scared and that feels like you're broken, that you're not enough. And I actually promise you it's not true. It's actually not true. We may not always have eyes on that. And bring those parts home. That's the first step. If you'd like to go deeper with the shadow work, you'll notice in your email that there was an attachment or a link for a shadow workshop. And this is just a shadow workshop that I compiled years ago. And you can explore this on your own. And it will help you with different shadow work practices and observations. And you can use some of the shadows that you came up with in part 1 today to take it through the workshop. So I hope that's a great supplemental activity for those of you who want to go a little bit deeper. And otherwise, thank you for joining the part 1. Keep an eye out for the next part. That'll be coming to you in your inbox. And meanwhile, in conclusion, explore your shadows, embrace your shadows, love yourself through it. That is the foundation of calling in a partner. Loving yourself in your darkest places. All right. Send you a big virtual hug. Have a beautiful day or evening wherever you are. And I'll see you next time.